Good morning, everyone. Today we're going to discuss how to navigate through your R environment using R project. Thank you, Angelo, for sharing your screen with us. Now, let's try to compare what you have what you have in your screen as compared to Angelo. So most probably you'll have the same. Okay. Now this file, this R, the R that Angelo opened, if you notice on the upper right, take a look at that class. You notice what's written there, Angelo? Upper right. Project. What project is that?
Sir, non-ata yung
None,
nakalagay.
yeah, none, di ba? None, di ba?
Yes po.
Everyone, can you see that? Project none. Okay, you should be having the same thing kasi hindi pa tayo nag-create ng project, no? Okay? So, project none. Now, when you create projects in R, when you create documents in R, okay, it's not good to, the best way to go about it is to create a project. Okay, a project is like a, let's say, in layman's term, it's a folder that you create in order to save all your files in R. Okay, what we have done now is to, we will go through with the help of Angelo. We will go through the process of creating a project. First, let's display all the window panes because what we can see here only is the environment. So can you go to view, please? I cannot see, yan, sige. View, and then panes, panes. Show all panes, click mo na lang yan. Okay, then paki-maximize na lang. All right, so you have here 4 window panes. On the upper left is your source window. On the upper right is your console. Yung console, let's clean that up first. Angelo, paki-click yung broom sa taas. Yung yan, okay? And then on the lower left is your environment. And then on the lower right are your files, plots, and packages. Okay, now we know that this is not an R project. As you can see on the upper right, and project none. So our objective is, how do we create a project? Okay, now the reason why we opened that folder is that we're going to make that folder the explanatory data analysis as our working directory. In that working directory, we will put all the files related to EDA. So how do we do that? So Angelo, kindly go up, and then there's file. We have to go to file. File, please. There, file. Okay. And then the choices are new file, new project, right? So we're going to create a new project. So please click that. Okay. So we can see here the our project wizard. All right, new directory. This is if we haven't created the folder, but we have created the folder. We will create the project inside EDA, the folder that we created. So click that existing directory, click that please, and then browse. Kindly look for the School of FINARTS and then there, okay? Kindly click that. Angelo, dahan-dahan lang kasi your classmates will be following along. Okay, so FINARTS, exploratory data analysis, click that exploratory data analysis, click that. Okay, and then open. Okay, so now kindly check if the working directory is your exploratory. Wait, Angelo, don't check. No. Then back to open. I'll go there to yung project working directory, di ba? Users, Angelo, hindi dyan. Dyan. Sa address dyan. Check mo nga kung if it's FINARTS and then, hindi. No. Click mo siya, yung, yan. Tingnan mo kung and move towards the end. Tingnan mo kung kasama yung ano, their class. That's what I wanted to show. No? Exploratory data analysis. So we're here, okay? We're there. We are in this folder. This will be our existing directory. Okay, later on, we'll create another working directory for another lesson, for example, multiple linear regression, and then time series, another working directory. So all our lessons are organized in such a way that they are in working directories related to the lesson. So our first lesson is all about exploratory data analysis. Okay. All right. So we checked it. It's already here. And then lower left, Angelo, click open a new session there. It will now open that project. Okay. And then create project. Okay. So once again, kindly maximize your screen. And then once again, pakiclick yung upper right na ano. Sige, pwede din yan. Panes. Or the upper right yung sa yung parang box dun. Sige, paki-ayos na lang. There. Okay, now, this is now a project class. What's the name of the project? Exploratory data analysis. Okay, this is now the project. How do I know that this is the project? I can kindly increase the size of the window panes on the right. Increase na ng konti. There. Okay, let's go to files. Files window pane. You notice now that you can see here the icon home class. Home. In Angelo's case, he is in home and then desktop, school, FINARTS, exploratory data analysis. Okay, so he's there. Okay, so we know that this is now a project, and take a look at what's inside the files window pane. Exploratory data analysis .rproj, right? Okay, so we're now aware that we have created this project. This R project is inside the exploratory data analysis folder. Okay, and as I said, why are we doing this? Because we want your files, okay, whatever file, whether it's a data file, your R file, your script file, your image file, we want it to be all housed in your working directory. So let's see. Most probably we'll create, let's say, images or plots, okay, inside this R project. So let's create first a new folder. On the, Angelo, please click above the home icon there, my new folder, diba? Click that, please. Click new folder, and then let's see, images. You can name it images. So this is one way to organize your data. So if you have later on images, you can all store it there. Okay, then another, create new folder again, new folder. Then let's see, R script. You can name it R script. Angelo, can name it R script, please. Hello.
Hello po. Pwede po ulit.
R script, yeah, right? R
Oh,
script.
sorry.
Sige. R script, okay. So you now have a folder called R script. What's the purpose of this class? Later on, when we begin saving files, depending on what file we're saving, we can put it there. And then maybe RMarkdown, another image. Okay, and another folder may be docs or data. Docs. Okay, so you may create the number of folders you want. Okay, but what the point here is that we would like to organize our data in such a way that whatever we're saving, we're putting it in the specific folder. Okay, so on the upper right, upper left, you have here an R script, right? Okay, we know that an R script has limitations. So paki-write, Angelo, log of 100. Sige nga. log of 100. Okay, and then Control Enter. Okay, take note that in the R source window or script window, okay, it did not generate the answer. The answer was generated in the console, and that's one reason why we would want the console to be on the upper left. Okay, because it's below, it's more difficult to look for or to compare it side by side. Okay, all right. So that's the disadvantage of the R script is that when you're creating a document, okay, and you would want the answer to be in the source window also, you cannot, that's not possible. You'll just have to copy that result there and paste it in the R source window. Okay? All right, so we can save this. So please click the plus sign there, the document with the plus sign above. Okay, so these are the things that we can create in this project. We can create an R script. Okay, we can create a quarto document, a quarto presentation, an R notebook, RMarkdown, a Shiny web application, etc. So these are the many things that we can create in this R project. Okay, so suppose, paki escape na. Suppose that maybe let's create another code here, a plot pressure. You remember that? Angelo, type plot and then pressure. Open parenthesis. Hindi, tanggalin mo yung default. Open parenthesis, pressure. There. Tab mo na sa anin. So control, okay. Control, yan. Okay, control enter. So we have the plots here. Once again, class, the disadvantage of the R script is that you cannot have the plots on the source window. And if you're creating a report, if you're creating let's say a paper where you need to put the plots, for example, or the results of the code, then you cannot have it in the text itself. Okay, you'll have to, let's say, you can transfer this to Word and then copy paste the output or the plots. So that's a disadvantage. So let's save this. Okay, so let's go to File above. Angelo, File. Okay, Save As. Save As. So where will we save this? We can save this in the R script there, below R script, diba? Okay, and then the Save As, the demo one, just any demo one. Okay, save it. Okay, then once again go to Files. Sa Files tab, please, Angelo. Hindi dyan. Dun sa window pane. Lower right. Lower right, there, Files. Okay, so we have our folders here, right? Where did we save it? R script. Click mo yan. Now we have the demo one.r. So this is the R script. Okay, and notice above, may name na yung R script na to. The name is demo1.r, diba? That's how we named it. Take a look at the upper left. There's a source window. Ayan, diba? May name na siya. Kanina untitled dyan. Okay? So this is one good way to organize your data. And the good thing is, if we're inside a project, take note that we're inside a project. Huh? It's an R script window, but it's inside the exploratory data analysis. Inside the exploratory data analysis, you have the folder R script. We were able to save that. So save yan, class. Now, for example, you were doing kindly open another R script, please. Angelo, open another R script there. So we have a new instance of an R script, right? Okay. Now, let's suppose you were working on this and then you haven't saved it yet. And then suddenly there was a power outage. And then you lost, of course, your computer, let's say your computer closed also. What will happen if you open your R again? You would have lost this, the untitled one. You would have lost it. Why? If it was not inside a project, it would have been lost. So that was my experience before. I was so careless doing a particular project, not our project, but doing a particular, let's say, analysis. And then I had already 1,000 code chunks. And then there was power outage. And then poor me, okay, because when the power was restored and I opened my R, it was no longer there. I could not anymore recover the more than 1,000 code chunks. So very bad practice. So do not do that, especially if you're working on a very important document, whether it's your thesis. Okay, because I've had some students before who were my advisees who did their thesis not in Google Docs, but in R. Okay, and that's a very powerful way to do your thesis. You can store it, let's say, in a GitHub, and it will be made available to your classmates. It's just like Google Docs. No? Everyone can edit, everyone can work on that. The only difference is that this one already has the output, because in Google Sheet you have to copy paste the let's say a plot. If you're doing a, let's say, an analysis, a data analysis, you cannot do quantitative data analysis in Google Docs. You have to do it in Google Sheet and then copy paste it to your Google Docs. Okay, in R, if you're working with RMarkdown in a project, then this can be made available to your group mates, and then you can put the code there, and the result will be there on the same document. So imagine that. It will save you a lot of time. Okay, so let's close this. Angelo, close that, please. That untitled one. So what happens when I close demo 1R? Can you kindly close that? So we closed it, right? Okay, so there's no more R script there. Okay, there is, kindly click this the box on top on the upper, so in the middle, please. Go to the left. Sorry. Go to the left. Sorry. I'm sorry, to the right, please. Sobra. Go to the middle, please. Yeah, you can see that, diba? Click that. Okay, so that, kasi naka-minimize yung source natin. No? So when we close yung demo 1R, automatically another R script was created. Okay? All right, so we can also plus nga, Angelo, plus. Let me just show you some of the things that we can do here. Mag-create tayo ng, let's say, quarto document. So if we click that, then okay, never mind with the title. Okay, create na. Okay, you can see that the quarto document is very different from the R script. It's quite similar to the RMarkdown. In fact, this is more powerful than the RMarkdown. But we'll first go to the RMarkdown. Okay, so notice that this is untitled. If suddenly you lost power, okay, and then when you reopen your computer and open your R, this will still be there, even if it's untitled, even if it's unsaved. Okay. All right. So paki-close na, Angelo, tong kwarto. Okay, don't save na lang. Or you can save it if you want. Okay. And then let's open an RMarkdown. Open RMarkdown. There you go. Yeah, let's name it, give it a title. Say trial 1, whatever. Lagyan mo na lang title. Okay, author, put your name, please. Oops. Okay, Angelo. And then take a look at the date class. Okay, notice that it defaults to the date today, 9/12/2024. Okay, sometimes you might just want to date it today. Okay. Or you may want to put a date to it so that when you print this later on, it will reflect the date of the printing. Okay, when you put the date here, and when you print it later on, let's say next week, the date that will be reflected is what you placed here. But if you want to reflect the date of the printing, then please click Use Current Date when rendering there. If you click that one, that button below, you notice that you cannot anymore, you cannot modify the dates here. Okay, grayed out siya, no? Grayed out. And then let's click OK. By the way, on the upper left, okay, on the left here, what can we do with an RMarkdown? Okay, which you cannot do with an R script. You can create a document, which is what we're going to do today, or a presentation, which means that it's like also a PowerPoint, okay? Only that here you have the presentation, you have the slides, and you have the code, and you can put the output here. So it's very convenient, and it's a very powerful feature of R. Shiny below is for websites, okay? And paki-click, Angelo, yung from template, please. Okay. Here, what you have here are just the default, okay? There are other templates which I'll introduce you in the future, okay, or later, or on your own. You can research it, and this is important for rendering. Okay, I'll show this in a while. So go to document, please. Document, okay, and then output. You can do HTML, which is the default. You can also do PDF. For PDF, you have to install a software. PDF output requires tech. It's either MicTech on Windows or MacTech for Mac OS. Okay, so this has to be downloaded. Well, it's free anyway. So you can just research that and find and download it. Okay, you can download it that. Okay, and Word also you can do Word, and for Word you don't need any add-in software for that. So kindly click OK. So there we go. Okay, there we go. Now take a look at what Angelo generated. You have the title, you have the Angelo there, and the date. You notice that it's not the date today, but it's a formula called R sys.date, open and close parentheses. So this will be read by R as when I print this, because R will have to print the date, it will read that it should be the system's date, the date of your computer. Okay? And below you have the other text here. Okay, kindly save this. Itong RMarkdown na to. Angelo, please. So let's save it. File, task, file, save as. Angelo. Hello? Did I just lose you, class? Sorry, I apologize, class, kasi medyo spotty yung internet connection, biglang minsan bumibitaw siya, no? So very sorry about that. Okay, where were we? Okay, Angelo, thank you so much, Angelo. No? So kindly save that file, save as, and then of course, since this is an RMD file, it would be best to save it in RMD and just give it a name, whatever, trial or whatever. Okay, and then in RMD save. Okay, let's check. Kindly go again there to there. Okay, there, class. You can see now that the RMD file was saved in the RMD folder. So that makes it very convenient, organized, so that later on when you're looking for either an R script or an R presentation, you could have created another folder for presentation. And as I said, this is very advantageous. Okay, so far, kindly click please exploratory data analysis in the files there. Okay, so far we have this, right? Okay, now let's try to see, go below the, let's go back to trial 1 RMD, Angelo. On the other side, on the source there. Okay, go down please. go down, and then please run plot pressure. Okay, how do you run plot pressure? Control Enter, there. Okay. Now you can notice that there's a plot here. Okay, so please go to the plots section here in the files plot section. Up, please up. In the tabs, files, plots, packages. Angelo here, no. The lower right, please, the window pane. There. So wala dito yung plots, ano? Okay, let's rerun this. We would want the plots to be here. Okay, X muna. Kindly close the plots. Okay. Run that again. Okay, so maybe it's best for us to kindly increase the space of the plots window. And then increase pa, and then increase up also. Increase up. All right, then we need some space dun sa console. A little bit, okay. All right, sige, scroll down sa console. O, ano na lang, yan. I-type mo dyan, sige. Arrow up ka, Angelo, arrow up. Yan, para ulit. Yan, arrow up para bumalik yung mga prior mga codes, no? Arrow down. Arrow down. So when you go to console, and then when you press arrow up or prior arrow down, it will give us the previous codes that we wrote, no? Ayan, yan, plot pressure nga muna. And then control enter mo siya. So we're going to run it in the console. Sa console, okay, control enter. Okay, sorry, bumibitaw na naman, no? Yan, okay? So notice that when we run it in the source window, hindi siya automatically, it does not show automatically in the plots window. Okay, but when we run it in console, it will show itself in the plots window. Okay, pwede i-zoom mo yung plot mismo. Angelo, zoom natin. Okay, so it can give us a bigger picture, no? Okay, and then close natin yan, please. Pwede yung I think yung red, ano? Maybe the red one. Yeah, there. Okay. Sige. And then export natin, Mark, that one. Angelo, please click that. Okay. Here, class. Save as image. So, save as image natin. Okay. And then it will ask us where. Okay. Then we can go now to images, no? Images. There, EDA. Okay, click mo siya. And then under images, there. Okay. Then open. And save pala, save. Okay, there. So let's check, go to files, and then go to images. So andyan na class, yung PNG to, no? Click mo siya, Angelo. Click mo yung PNG. Okay, very sorry class, no? So again, disengage talaga, no? Okay, so what we did here, class, was to be able to save an image. Okay, so I'm giving an idea. Okay, when you run a particular plot or image in your script, sometimes it will not show in the plots window. So a technique will be to run the code in console. Okay, if you run the code in console, then it will make sure that you provide enough space sa plots window. Otherwise, mag-error siya na not enough not enough margin. So you have to increase the size of your plots window so that it will be saved there. Okay, so now it has been saved. Okay, so let me pause for a while. Let's make sure that your classmates are able to follow. Okay, before we ask Angelo to surrender control of the mamaya na a bit, no, Angelo. May questions, class? Pa-chat naman, please. Kung clear so far. Kindly chat, please, class, kung so far yung our discussion. Good, thank you. How about the others? Okay, good. All right. So thank you so much, Angelo. Big clap naman kay Angelo for being a sport and allowing himself to be an example. Thank you, Angelo. I hope next time, class, the others will not hesitate, no? So, ganun lang naman yung ginagawa natin para I deliberately did that, no? See? Okay. So let me take control once again of the screen. Thank you, Angelo. Thank you. All right. Now, I hope my screen is sharing. My screen is shared. Can you see my screen? Is my screen shared, class?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. Now you notice here in my R Studio document here, in my R document, you notice that I'm not inside in a project. Okay, I deliberately did this, class, to remind you that this is not a good way to do your project or whatever your data analysis in R. It's best for it to be in a project. Okay, and as you can see here in my home, there's nothing reflected here. Okay, so I deliberately did this, class, for you to know as an example not to do this. Okay, so here I opened, okay, let me close this first and open a new RMD file. Okay, I'm just going to name it demo, my name, and then I'm going to click this, use current date when rendering document. Okay. Okay. All right, so this is the file. Okay, let's take a look at the anatomy of an RMD file. First, here you have slash here, and may I know, class, if I have discussed the YAML? I'm not sure, class, if I have discussed the YAML, yet another markup language. Kindly chat yes. Of course, those who were my students, you should know this. But those who were not my former students or those who are experiencing R for the first time, feedback, please, if I discussed this last time. Just want to make sure. Okay, no, good, thank you. All right, so when you open, okay, when you open a new RMD file, you notice that it's different from R script, very much different. Because R script Control-Shift-N, okay, Control-Shift-N, yan, diba? Control-Shift-N. Okay, so if I press Control-Shift-N, Control-Shift and then N, there. So this is the R script. It does not have the YAML, right? This is barren. Let me close this. While on the other hand, see, RMarkdown has this title, the title that I gave it, author, name code, date, this one, r/sys.date, okay, said that this is very important for rendering the document, and then output HTML document. All right, so that's the YAML. Now, this is very important because it will allow you to control how you're going to render the file or print the file. So your assignment is to do a bit of a research on the power or capability of YAML. What can be placed here? For example, as an example, you can put here some instructions about the table of contents, TOC. And there's a way to do that. I'm not going to discuss that here. So please research on how you can render your document in such a way that you have table of contents. And I'll show you how the table of contents is generated. But this is quite automatic in R. So TOC and other things, you can create lots and lots of say formatting for your document through the YAML. Okay. Now another thing is that this one. You notice you have here 3 backticks and 3 backticks. And then here, the color is quite different from the main, okay, from the main source document. And then here you have some strange characters here. Here you have your curly brackets and then R, and then you have your closed brackets. Make sure that it's closed. And here you have a code. Okay. We will discuss what echo is equal to true means, include is equal to false, and then this one neat R, this is a package in R. Okay. Sometimes when you use a particular function, it might be important for you to name where that function is coming from. Because for example, let's say display. The function display can come from different packages. So R might be confused. So this function display, from which R package are you referring to? So in order to identify which R package you're referring to, you're using, you have to put this one and then double colon. Okay, so the double colon there means that this is coming from the neat R package. All right, so we have here include is equal to false and echo is equal to true. What does that mean? So let's continue first. And then we have here, so we have here the backticks and then another backticks. So this is what you call your code chunk. So all codes in RMD, in an RMarkdown, is written inside this code chunk. Code, sorry for the mouse writing, code chunk. It's like chunky. This is K, code chunk, yes. C-H-U-N-K, all right? You cannot run a particular function if it's not inside a code chunk. Okay, so this is very important. Okay, that's why you have to create this. Now, before I continue, okay, let me just discuss how the code chunk is written, because the long cut is just, this is the backtick that's on the upper left, on top of the tab button. And then here you have, say, R, okay? And then you have 3 backticks again. So this is the anatomy of a code chunk. You can put something else there, which I'll explain in a while. So this is the code chunk. You can only write codes here inside the code chunk. And there's a shortcut for that because that's a long cut. Okay, what's a shortcut for that? Anyone? What's a shortcut for that? Okay, notice class. Okay, do you notice that? I wasn't typing the slash the backticks, right? But automatically. Okay, I thought I got lost. So there's a chat here. Okay, thank you, Cecil. For Mac, Cecil, kindly share your answer to everyone, please. Okay, thank you, Cecil. For Mac, it's Command plus Option plus I. So Mac users can use that. On the other hand, for Windows users, it's Control Alt I. Okay, kindly do that, and please give me feedback if you were able to create the code chunk very fast instead of just writing this character by character. Feedback, please. For Mac users, Command Option I. Did it generate a new code chunk? For Windows users, Control Alt I. Thank you, Clyde. How about the others? Waiting for the others to give their feedback. Let's wait for your other classmates to try it. Okay, thank you. I hope the others are able to follow. Okay, so that's a shortcut class, and that's very important because, of course, all the code that we're going to write, all the codes that we're going to write will be placed inside this code chunk. And it will be a waste of time if you keep on individually writing the characters here. Okay, so let me close that. Okay. All right. So here, what do we find? You notice that this one has R. Okay. Now that's important because now you can create an RMarkdown file, but this time using Python. Okay, so you can use Python, you can put Python there. So this is an evolution of R Studio, which, as I said, is now called POSIT. Okay, and there was a reason why they're not calling it anymore R Studio, but POSIT to accommodate the writing code chunks for Python. Okay, one other thing. So we have R here. Okay, this will not run without R. You have to put there R. So the basic is actually just this one. Okay, Control Alt I. This is the basic. Yeah, this will run. This is okay. But you notice there's a word here, set up. Okay, and in other places, you also have here R cars. And here you have R pressure. So what are these? If I go here, if I go to pressure, what happens? R pressure, what happens? You notice below here, you have just like an, okay, I'm sorry. It's getting disconnected. So where was I, class? I'm sorry about that. Where was I? I know you got the Control Alt I. I know you got that. Okay, so let me just discuss this again. So you have the backticks, the open curly bracket, and then R. This one, as I said, is just like an ID. It's the name of this code chunk. So you can give names to your code chunk. What's the purpose? Because if you later on have a long document, so let's say you have already 1,000 code chunks, and you'd like to examine again a particular code chunk. Okay, so how do you find it, class? If you scroll down to this RMarkdown document, you'll have difficulty. Fortunately, R has this feature where if I go to a particular code chunk, then it will be defined here. And if I click this, what do you notice here? You notice here chunk 1, which has a name set up, right? Chunk 2, which we inserted, did not have a name. Chunk 3 is cars. Chunk 4 is pressure. Okay, so if I see this anywhere to the chunk, I can go. I'll go here, click this, and then it will navigate through the first code chunk setup. Okay, so this is very convenient. Okay. So it's always good to give names to your code chunk. However, in our case, because in the interest of time, we might not be doing that. But for your case, for your self-practice, you can give, it's best to give names to your code chunks. Okay, and then you can navigate through the different code chunks. Even if this is already 1,000, okay, then you can scroll. Instead of scrolling in the document itself, imagine if you keep on scrolling in the document itself and look for a particular code chunk, that can be very, very tedious. But if it's here, it's organized well, so you can easily navigate through the code chunk. Okay, so aside from that, you notice now here, when you open an RMarkdown, it gives this as this one. You notice in the outline section here, RMarkdown, including plots. So where did this come from? The outline comes from the use of the hashtag here. Take a look. 2 hashtags, it's here. And this one, if I click this, it will now give me to this portion where there are also hashtags. Okay. If I introduce another hashtag here, for example, 1, introduction. Notice as I'm typing, notice what happens to my outline. Introduction. It also types because I used a hashtag here. 1 hashtag means this is the primary, this is the first heading. It's like in Roman numeral number 1 yan. So I can put here Roman numeral number 1. There. Notice here, Roman numeral number 1. And if I put here, for example, here, I'll put here another 1 hashtag. Whatever title, demo, for example. You notice now, demo is here. Okay, and it's aligned with number 1. With the first hashtag, this is the second hashtag. So it's a very convenient way of outlining creating an outline for your work. Okay, the use of the hashtag. I can put here another hashtag, 1, 2, 3, and then let's say you can put here, this is letter A. Okay, notice the usual way we do, and this is let's call it 8.1, a sample, whatever, there. Okay, so we have here number 2, you have A 1.1. This can accommodate up to, so this can accommodate up to 6 levels. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just put there anything. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, you can see now the hierarchy. Okay, and if I try 7, it will not work. All right, so that's the use of this outline and the use of the hashtag. Now take note that the hashtag should be outside your code chunk. If I put here a code chunk summary function inside the code chunk, the hashtag inside the code chunk, notice it does not appear here. Okay, because this is treated as a comment. This is a comment. It will not be treated as part of the outline if it's inside a code chunk. So this is also an important tool. If you're working on a particular document and you're writing a code, you can put their comments for your future reference. Okay, so let's again put here summary, and then let's put the summary for pressure. Okay, the next question is, how do we run the code chunk? So there are several ways to run the code chunk. First is when you're running a particular line in the code chunk. For example, summary cars. Okay, if I run this, Control Enter. So I press Control Enter. That's how you run that. Okay, so it's running. Okay, so the output is generated here. Okay, Is the output also generated in the console? Yes. But it's generated here. And what's the importance of this? The importance of this class is that you can have your text here, and then you can have your output here. Okay, so in your cases, I'm expecting this type of an output. Okay, by the way, we can toggle the outline off or toggle it on again. So on and off lang yan. All right. Now there's another here, summary pressure. So if I go anywhere to this line, it can be in the beginning, in the middle, anywhere. Okay, can be at the end. Control Enter, then this will run. Okay, now what if I want to run both? So we have here two functions, two codes in this code chunk. What I do is just I highlight both. I highlight both, so this is one way, and then Control Enter, and you'll see that both cars and pressure, their 6-number summary were generated. Okay, another way to do that is, let me close this first. Here. Not on the code itself, but here. You can see this green arrow. It's run current chunk. Okay, run current chunk. So if I click this, then it will run everything here in this code chunk. And then this one, run all chunks above. If you want all the chunks to be run, the chunks before this, you click this. If you want to run this current chunk, you just run this. So let me run this. Okay, so both code chunks will run. Or aside from that, we can go here, up here. You can see this, run. And there are many functionalities here. Let's just take a look. So you can run the selected line. This is what we did a while ago. We select the line and then Control Enter. That's what we did. Not Enter, but Control Enter. And then run current chunk, Control Shift Enter. Okay, Control Shift Enter. If I'm here, anywhere here, and I want to run this code chunk, I can click this one or Control Shift Enter, and then it will run this code chunk. Okay, you can try that. And then here, run next chunk, if you're in a particular position, and then you can ask R to run the next chunk, or run the setup chunk, the above, okay? And others here, run chunk above, run chunk below. All right, so there are many ways, there are many functionalities that we can deal with running a code chunk. All right, okay, so let's do this. I told you that we have to be familiar with include is equal to false, include is equal to true, echo is equal to true, and echo is equal to false. Okay. First, kindly check what is the default. When I say default, without us writing it, okay, it will run. Because notice here it says include is equal to false. So what does that mean? Anyone? Is the default include is equal to true? So when I say that, it means that even if we don't write this, include is equal to false, if it's not present there, then whatever the default is, then that will be the one that will prevail. So include, if include is equal to true is the default, then even if we don't put include is equal to true, then it will perform that. Okay, anyone see, class? Kindly check. What is the default for include? Anyone, please? I'm sorry, class. I think I have to work on the connection on the LAN. So bad. We have so many. I don't know where I lost you. Okay, but I was discussing include is equal to false. Okay, include is equal to false. Include is equal to true. Echo is equal to false, and echo is equal to true. Oftentimes in codes, you can use the help function. Let's say question mark and then include. Okay, let's see if this will give us some information from in the help function. Okay, it's still running. Let's see. Yan, nag-run pa siya. Here. So it tells us that include is part of HTML tools. Okay. So you can find here some explanation about that, but I think it's a different. Okay. So it's coming from this this package HTML tools. Okay, and the usage are include HTML, include text. Okay, I think it's a different include text. Take a look at this class. Include text escapes its contents but does no other processing. This means that hard breaks and multiple spaces will be rendered. Okay, this is not the what we want. Okay, let's see. Include. Okay. So this is coming from base R. Okay, hindi rin siya, no? Okay, saan ba siya? Ito. Iba yung sa ano, include HTML. But I think this is also in base R. X. Hindi. Ayaw niya. Okay, anyway, class, I can't find the package. So, the question is, it goes back to HTML tools. Okay, the question is, what is the default? Is it include is equal to false? Okay, as again I said, the default means if we don't write it, then that's what R will do. Okay, how about echo is equal to true and echo is equal to false? What is the default there? Okay, so I want you to discover, class. Of course, I know the answer, but I want you to discover on your own what is the default and what's the meaning of all of these things, include is equal to false. So let's first render this so that we have an idea what this means. Echo is equal to true, echo is equal to false. And why is it important? It's important because in your cases, in your paper, okay, you will have to decide whether a particular code should be shown or a particular code should not be shown. Okay, take a look at this class. So I have here four code chunks set up. One is unnamed. Another one is cars with two codes there. And another one is the pressure. So notice that I did not run them. Okay, blood pressure, I don't have the output here. The summary, I don't also have the output here. So what will happen if I print this? Will the result appear even if it's not here? Okay, what do I mean by that? If I click this, so this means that the output is here. Okay, and if we render this, if the output appears, then it's okay because we were expecting that. But what if I don't show the output? Will this code chunk still generate the report? Okay. All right. So take note here, we're not putting here include is equal to true. Here, we're including include is equal to false. So that will now give you a hint. What is the default? Okay. All right. So how do we render this? In this side class, you have neat. Don't click this yet. Don't click neat because it will need it as PDF. I just want to show you this one. Click this, and then you can knit it to HTML, knit it to PDF, knit it to Word, etc. So now I'll just be knitting it to HTML. Okay. Let me stop and request. Can somebody please share his or her screen? Because I want to show you what happens. I don't have the R project. So that's why we cannot see it. I want us to, okay, anyone please share his or her screen? Please volunteer. Don't let me call on you. Exempting Angelo, kasi si Angelo na kanina. Hello. Volunteer, please show your screen. Shall I call? Okay, Joel, kindly please share your screen. Mr. De La Cruz. Joel. Okay, sino ba? Franklin. Yeah, could you kindly share your screen, please?
Sir, I'm using a different device po.
Sino yung ano? Class, please don't make me go through the to the names. Anyone who can share screen, his or her screen, please. Quickly, please. We're running out of time. Okay, Bianca, please. Thank you. Next time, class, make your arrangement in such a way that you should be able to share your screen, no? Okay, nag-knit ka na, Bianca. Paki-X mo na muna yan, kindly X. All right, so let's go here to the, paki-close yung plot, please. Paki-close. All right, so in this case, kindly increase the size of the R source. Pati sa right. Yan, okay. All right, so this is the RMarkdown file. Sinave na ni Bianca, no, trial 1, nakalagay doon. Trial 1. Okay, so let's render it. Bianca, could you kindly go to Neat? Don't, yan. Just, not the blue one class because it will automatically knit as PDF kasi yun yung default, no? So I'm just showing you this Knit to HTML, PDF, or Word. So let's choose Knit to HTML. Okay, Bianca, please click. And notice what happens to your console class there. Here, in the console, it started running a code, and then it started creating this one. All right, could you, so, and where is this printed class? It's printed in your, where is it printed? It's printed in your R, right? Andun si trial 1 HTML, right? Okay, so kindly close this first. Kindly close that. And let's take a look at your files. Did it save here? Bianca, did it save here? Is it there? Take a look, class. Where is it? Where is it? It's stored where trial 1 RMD is stored. Okay, remember, we saved trial 1. Trial 1 is inside the RMD folder. So it's saved here. The HTML file was saved inside the same folder as the RMD file that we run. Yan, trial 1. Right? We can also run this another way. Bianca, please click again, Knit. Knit. And then, okay, nag-automatic siya kanina, no? Okay. Click again, Knit to HTML. I'm looking for, hindi siya ganun, no? Again, nag-ano siya, class. Sige, close that. Okay, and then go here to, if you click the Knit, the trial 1 HTML, please click that, Bianca. Click that, please. And then itong nasa files, below. No, not that one, here. Click mo siya. Yung nasa files, plots, packages, no? Window pane. Yan, sa baba. Inside the file. Inside, yung katabi ng trial 1 RMD. Baba. Yan, dyan. Okay, click mo yan. Okay, notice, open in editor. So it will open in R or view in the Word. So pag inopen mo siya dito sa editor, it will give you the code, no? The code of the knitting, which we don't need. So paki-X mo muna yan. What we need is to view it. Okay, click again, click. View in web browser. Okay, so ito nag-open na sa web browser ni Bianca. Okay, let's take a look at this quickly. So we have yung title nasa taas, nasa YAML, trial 1, and then the name, and then the date. Okay, and then this one is the first, diba? Ito yung first outline natin, yung main outline. This is Roman numeral number 1, diba? Yung RMarkdown. And then what do you notice? Where is the include is equal to false, yung setup. Did it appear here? Did it appear, class? It did not appear. Okay, so what does that mean? Yung include is equal to false means that the code should not appear. The code should not be included in your output. But it said echo is equal to, Bianca, kindly go back to your RMD file. Okay, so the code is include is equal to false, but inside there echo is equal to true. So which means that it should be run, echo is equal to true, but the code should not be presented. Okay. How about the next one here? This one. So naglagay si Bianca dito ng echo is equal to false, no? Okay, first summary cars. What happened here? You notice that we did not put here include is equal to true. Okay. However, Bianca, could you kindly once again show your RMD file? Sorry, the output. Okay, what happened, class? We did not put include is equal to true. We did not input echo is equal to true, right? Which means that that is the default. So is include is equal to true, printed the code chunk. Echo is equal to true, printed the result of the code. Okay, so you can see here that both the code chunk and the output were presented. Okay, it's almost time, class. I have 1 minute. If you need to go, you may just leave class. I just finished this, no? For the recording. Okay, but you don't have to ask permission to leave. Okay, and then this one, class. What's different about this one? The plots. Bianca, could you kindly show again your RMD file there? So echo is equal to false, R pressure. So what does that mean? Echo is equal to false. What does echo is equal to false mean? Okay, what's ito class, no? R pressure, echo is equal to false. What does that mean? Do not show the output, no? Do not show the output, but is it include is equal to true? Was this code, Bianca, shown? Kindly show again your RMD file. Sorry, the result. Okay, baba, please. Wala, no? Okay. All right. So, wala yung summary ng summary ba ng pressure yun? Saan siya? Summary ng cars class, ito, no? Binigay yung summary, the summary was given, the output was given, the code was given. Okay? But here, echo is equal to false. Okay? What does that mean, class? Note that echo is equal to false parameter was added to the code chunk to prevent printing of the R code that generated the plot. So echo is equal to false means do not generate the output, do not show the do not generate the code chunk, but show the output. Okay. All right. So let me end their class, and we'll continue from this. We'll take it from here next Monday when we meet. Okay, we'll just wrap this up and then go to more functionalities on exploratory data analysis. All right. So let me thank you, Bianca. Thank you. Okay, so with that, class, we end our session. Thank you so much, and I'll see you on Monday. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Hi, sir.
Yes.
I'm Liza po, the VP
Mm.
this year for ACADS for Mafia. I'd like to ask lang po sana if for OJT orientation, if you have a target date and time na po for this.
Yeah, malamang sa nag-OJT ka ba ngayon, Lisa?
Not yet po.
Not
Pero
yet.
for the project preparations lang po.
I-collect ko siya kasi ng end ng September. So malamang yung first weekend ng October. Saturday usually, no?
Okay po.
So
And then
Saturday,
the time po.
usually it's in the morning. We do it in the morning, mga 10 to 12.
Okay, gets po. So,
Okay? So that will be the
yeah.
first Saturday of October. 10 to 12.
Okay, sir.
Okay?
So, I'll be assisting you
Hi,
naman
wait,
po
wait,
for...
Lisa.
Ay, okay
Okay,
po.
sandali lang ha. Stop recording.